Hello and welcome to the Screening Room. I'm John Tibbetts. With me today, Ron Howard, director of the new motion picture Night Shift. Ron, let's make sure we specify here it's not a Stephen King novel.
No.
Not a horror film.
No, it's not. It's mostly made up of jokes.
Some stiff jokes, too.
We got some stiff jokes, yeah.
Maybe we should explain this right away, because it's not the stuff maybe that we would automatically think of as being comic. Undertakers, morticians. No, not morticians. He's a morgue attendant.
City morgue attendant. Yeah, it's about two guys who start running a prostitution ring out of the New York City morgue on the night shift.
Which really happened once.
And these guys got caught, and the producer, Brian Grazer, thought it was potentially a comedy, which hopefully it turned out to be.
In fact, you were saying earlier that you were surprised that maybe it's more of a ha-ha comedy than a chuckle comedy that you might have thought.
Yeah, as we've previewed the picture, and which I've done now, about 20 times, we get several kind of showstoppers, really big laughs. I didn't think we had any of those. I thought we had plenty of nice little gentle jokes.
And apparently you really believe now in showing this movie in several different stages of process to audiences to get responses. Is that your idea, or is that something the studio has encouraged you to do?
Well, the studio generally does previews, but they do it at a much later stage than I like to do it. I start running it when it's a work print. It's got no music, no sound effects. It's 45 minutes too long. Some of the film's broken. The lighting's terrible. I believe in showing very rough cuts to audiences because I think that if the story's working, and if the jokes are working, and if the moments are there, that you'll know. And you shouldn't rely on music, and you shouldn't rely on sound effects to tell a story, particularly a picture like Night Shift, which is about characters.
Yeah, a character really is the most important thing here. It's a gentle film. We have gangsters and streetwalkers and that whole tough New York milieu.
But somehow it's still kind of gentle.
A very sweet kind of film, which brings me to all three of our main characters, Henry Winkler, Shelley Long, and Michael Keaton. Now,
pretty delightful bunch, huh?
Two of those people may not be so familiar to viewers, Keaton and Shelley. Now, where did you find them? Did you want them all along? Did they come to you? How?
No, they, in the case of, in Shelley's case, we expected a long search, and there wasn't one. I mean, we saw maybe 10, 12 women, and she was wonderful, and we signed her right up. And, Henry read with her and liked her a lot. Chemistry seemed to be there, and she was just terrific. With Michael, he came in very late in the game, and we met close to 200 actors for that. A very difficult role. A crazy, zany guy that somehow is like a puppy dog, He's like the bad little puppy dog who wets on the rug, but he's too cute for you to spank him.
And in a way, he's too naive. Although he's streetwise, he's too naive really to know the implications, I think, of what's really going on with this prostitution.
He's a big kid. I always feel like he's like the 7th grader who's the shortest guy in the class and running around making a lot of little jokes and trying to peek into the girls' locker room to get attention.
Now, you have said that you still feel like a kid. Now, Ron, 28, 29?
28.
Your entire life has been in show business, and directing is not really a new thing for you. Already you've directed other pictures. A product of the, Roger Corman school, is that fair?
Yeah.
Sort of a shoot from the hip
Yeah, absolutely.
Style.
Run and gun and get it done quickly, and that was followed up then with my TV movie experience, which is also very quick.
Has it been a luxury then for Ladd in this film to maybe have some more time, have some more flexibility?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a 45-day schedule, and it seemed like we had all the time in the world. We did go over that schedule a little bit, but it was for, of all things, reshoots to make the picture better. That's the unheard of.
A luxury, yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. And it's a way to try to make good films. But the difference is, working in the other kinds of situations, you're sort of scrambling to get the story told and then kind of secondarily make it as good as you can. Here, the idea, telling the story is taken for granted, and quality is something that they really expect.
Having watched you over the years, I'm aware of your passion for sports, and I really love Night Shift's indulgence in sports jokes like that opening slam dunk. I suppose we shouldn't explain too much about it,
But it is a slam dunk.
and it's an
One heck of a slam
ongoing
dunk.
interest for you, isn't it, sports?
Yeah, I love sports. I coached when I was a kid. I played high school basketball. I never got tall enough or good enough to be any kind of a real good player, but I love it. I still play a lot of softball,
And you are going to make a baseball movie someday, right?
one of these days I'm going to make a realistic baseball picture.
Now, Henry Winkler told me that he hasn't learned how to catch a ball yet, so I guess he won't be in it. Is that right?
Yeah, well, we might need announcers, or he could be a kind of an offbeat owner. Or a wise guy sports writer. Who knows?
It's a field that's wide open for some more works, and you, of all people, should be the one to do it. I really
thanks.
hope so. Ron Howard, it's been a long way from Mayberry RFD. You've had so much show business packed into a lifetime already. Any new horizons yet to explore?
Nothing really new, I would say, although I think all of us are looking forward to cable as a kind of an exciting new horizon, and technology is really moving at an accelerated rate. But for me now, I've achieved this goal. Directing has been this goal for so long. Now I'm kind of there. I'm working. I'm getting to do pictures. Now I want to spend the next 20 or 30 years getting really good at it.
And I think a lot of viewers are going to spend a nice 2 hours in that theater watching Night Shift, a sweet, gentle film, in spite of a lot of the plot lines that might seem otherwise. Ambitious film, too. Lots of complications there, complexities.
Well, what we were trying to do is be very funny and kind of outrageous, and at the same time tell the story with characters that you would think were sweet and charming and that you would like to spend 2 hours with. So hopefully we have an entertaining movie that works on a couple of different levels.
And we're out of time, unfortunately. I'm John Tibbetts. We've been talking to Ron Howard, director this time, of Night Shift for Brothers. I'll see you next time here in the screening room.